Good afternoon, Gary here from GT Alaskan Adventures. So today's video we're going to do a install of Pat's quick hitch for my 3-point arms in the back of my John Deere 1025R. I placed an order through Amazon, got a few other things that I'm going to do some videos on as well, but for today I'm just going to focus on installing this Pat's quick hitch and show you a little bit about how it works and installation and how everything goes with it. So yeah, the people from Pat's, I gave them a call on the phone and talked to them directly and was going to place an order and have it shipped right straight through them. Price was a little cheaper than what they offered on Amazon, but when you add it into shipping, Amazon offered free shipping, so I just went with Amazon. But I tell you, it's not often nowadays that you talk to folks on the phone that are in business and are selling things that they end the conversation, the lady ended the conversation with, "Thanks for choosing Pat's." And I thought that was pretty cool. So kudos to them. The guy that owns the company and started the whole deal, the Pat's quick hitch, he has several videos on YouTube and they're fun to watch. Guy seems like a really down-to-earth guy and it's a super great invention. So I'm looking forward to having it on my tractor and not wrestling with the 3-point arms to get an attachment on. What few attachments I have, but anyways, I'll get to showing you. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with the unboxing video that you see on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can pull stuff out of a box all by yourself. So anyways, that's the box that comes in. And got it sitting on my ice fishing chair here. So here's your two arms. They come in different colors. You can get them in John Deere green. They have blue. They have Kubota orange or whatever. Gray was another color. I chose black because I thought it would be kind of cool to kind of match up the 3-point arms. And anyways, yeah, I thought green would kind of stick out like a sore thumb, so we went with black. So anyways, we'll go through this. You get the two quick hitch parts that go on your 3-point, and then this part here in my hand is a spreader bar that keeps your 3-point spread apart to the correct width for your attachment, and you just kind of put that on and off, I guess, as you're hooking up to your attachment and take it off. And then they give you a whole bag of hardware to install it. So everything is packaged nicely and it arrived not damaged, so that's always a plus. So we'll get to putting it together here for you. Okay, so according to the directions here, just grab another one here. Might be easier to show you, and that way I don't have to fight with it again. But they come with a little cotter pin here, so you take the cotter pin out of there, hang on to that, and then your pin comes out. So your pin goes through your ball here in your 3-point arm. And I did take on the other side, this one here, that ball, it requires to be lubed every so often, so I greased it because once these go on there, it probably won't get greased for a while until I take it off. So, but anyhow, you grease that ball up first, kind of center that ball in the arm, and then you slide this over, and then you orient the pin so this part is on the inside. So you're going to end up with like that, and that hole there is for that spreader bar, so it's important you get that oriented right. But anyways, what I wanted to show you is when you put this on, these are kind of designed for different size 3-point arms. So they give you these shims, and shim looks like that, and there's a hole in there, and that hole is for this roll pin that you're gonna drive in there. And then so once you figure out the right shim, and with this tractor, it seems like the thickest shim, I don't recall what the measurement is on it, but you get two sizes of shim, a thin one and a thicker one. And so what that is designed to do is, you see how it's not sitting level with the arm right now. You put the shim in there and kind of play with it till you get the right shim so it's sitting kind of parallel with your arms, the way they normally sit. So that seems to be the one for me, so I'm going to go ahead and off camera and put that roll pin in there and get that set up. and then we'll show some more. Okay, so as I was talking about earlier, this shim, I come with 4 shims. You get 2 that are this thickness here, and then 2 that are that thickness. So for my application, the thicker one is the right one. And then these roll pins, like I was saying, you just drive that in so it's flat with the other side there. And you can kind of see they're a little longer tabbed on one side than they are on the other. The longer tab goes in this direction here. So just find that hole basically, drop it on in there like so. And then you would remove this pin, slide the arm over, and then slide the pin through the bushing on your 3-point arm and through that hole. And then once it's in there, you take your cotter pin again and drop it on in there, and you would bend the ends obviously. So with that being said, this side is kind of set up. So these, you get all this hardware, it gives you total 8 bolts, and so 4 are for one of the arms, and along with those 4 you use 4 of these nuts. So you spin the nut on, if you can see this, spin the nut on part way, or most of the way, I guess probably be a better way of explaining it. And then there's 4 holes, 2 on each side of this arm. You put them bolts in there, and then for right now, I just kind of ran them in a little bit. They're close to touching the arm, but the idea is you bottom them out on your 3-point arm and get everything square. So for right now, I'm just kind of getting things kind of dialed in, and we'll go farther with getting it fine-tuned when I'm there. But right now, I'm not at that point. So the last part of the setup that holds these arms on is there's a U-bolt, and you just drop that U-bolt down on in there. This supply you with 4 washers. Put a washer on each side, and a total of 2 nuts. One is going to be your jam nut, and the other one's your first nut that tightens it up. And again, this is another part of the getting everything lined up. So for right now, they just basically tell you the directions to kind of get it on there temporarily, and then do your final adjustment. So we're going to finish this side up, and then I'm going to go ahead and probably just pop off camera, and I'll get the other side on there, get this ball greased like I talked about on the other side. I get the 2 arms on and kind of part of the way tightened to your final destination, and I'm going to get a I think actually broom handle or something I can find that's going to be similar to the size. Drop it on in there, and then I can kind of adjust it final to get things square. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at. It's not a super long process, but it is when you're trying to video it, I guess. Okay, so we got both arms on there, and just a new broom handle that I never used yet. So basically just drop that on in there, and it's about the same size as your pins on a attachment there. So basically that's what they tell you to do, so you can kind of use that to guide these and get them straight. So probably just going to let the camera roll here, and I'm going to try to kind of get these fine-tuned. We'll see how long it takes, whether I might just fast forward that for you so you're not having to sit through it. But anywho, it seems that this is a 9/16 is the proper size for these bolt heads, and for now I'm just going to kind of draw them down to the bar here and try to hold it square. right, wrong, or indifferent too, I'm kind of looking at this gap in the Pat's arm, the cast arm, in relation to the 3-point arm on my tractor, and just kind of, as well as this broom handle doing the spacing thing for me, I'm also kind of looking at that spacing to be even between the Pat's cast and then the 3-point arm. I suppose if a guy want to get real technical, you could probably put a little feeler gauge in there and measure that, I guess, but I don't think it's that crucial. I think that looks pretty even. Eventually, I'm going to be putting a little bit more torque on those, but for now, I just kind of want to feel this and see how it feels. This broom handle might be just a little on a too big size, but it's pretty close. I guess if you get it adjusted wrong, you can just start over again, right? Hopefully we don't have to do that. So I'm going to say that's good for now. We're going to pause for a minute because I need to find another wrench to get on these U-bolts with. I'll be right back. Okay, so got a 9/16 end wrench here. Gonna run these up tight. I thought that was going to work. Maybe not. Stay tuned. What the hell? Come on. Get off there. I'm a truck driver, not a mechanic, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. But try to do whatever I can. Too expensive taking stuff to shops these days. Okay, I think that's the deal. I think that's going to work. So yeah, that I haven't played with it yet, but this spreader bar deal, it's got little pins in there, cotter pins, that are probably going to be a bugger to get out. Yep. Pliers. Anyways, pull them bad boys out of there. Maybe. And so it's got a little set screw knob here. Loosen that up so it'll receive the bar inside of it. A little bit more. And the way I understand it, you just pop it on in these holes. And there we go. I'll move the camera so you can see, because you probably can't see nothing. Basically, yeah, just pop it on in those holes there and those pins. Oh, right there. And right there. And then you would spread it apart to your desired width there, you know. And then you just kind of snug that knob down like so. And then it'll keep it nice and sturdy for you when you back up. I don't really know. I mean, I never used one before, but I mean, when I took my rear blade off, I didn't really mess with the adjustment of my 3-point arm, so I'm kind of thinking that I may or may not need this bar. I don't really know, but I think if you got your 3-point kind of adjusted right. Oh yes, and I have a refreshment there. Sorry about that. It'll probably work without that bar, but one thing I did in all the videos I watched and stuff is that bar is only for you hooking up. You want to once you get hooked up, you want to remove that, because otherwise it'll probably end up bending that bar, and first time you put your attachment in a little bit of a bind or a swing. So anyways, that's pretty much the deal. I'm gonna tighten up all them bolts and the jam nuts and look it over once more time, and then yeah, probably start the tractor up and see if we can't hook back up to my rear blade there. So anyways, stay tuned. Okay, so we got them all on there and everything's snugged up. All the jam nuts are tightened, and everything looks to be good. So one thing I didn't cover, I wanted to show you right quick, is the company Pats. They send you these, I guess you call it a washer, but basically it's got a bent edge on there and a little bit more of a hole. So basically what it's for is you slide it over your pin on your attachment, drop your other pin through there like you normally would, like so, and oops, got it ass backwards, like so. And then what it's basically designed to do is give you a shoulder here, so when your Pat's quick hitch comes up and locks onto that, it's not going to want to just slide off with that pin. So they give you a total of, basically for 3 different 3-point attachments. So you get another 2 sets to put on what you want, and they do sell them. You can order more, but for right now I got 1 set extra. So, and there's no reason why you couldn't just take them off and use them on a different attachment. So, but anyways, so we are going to call it a wrap with installation, and I am actually going to fire the tractor up here and we'll try to record that and see if it actually works. So I want to talk a little bit about this Pat's quick hitch. So these arms, you watched me put them on, and I use the any type of round bar. I had a broom handle, but any type of round bar that is similar to the dimension of your pin. Obviously, it can't be bigger than that. But so they talk about using that to kind of get your alignment and this and that. But to be honest with you, I thought it was good, and then when I secured everything, tightened her down, and tried to back up to my rear blade here for the first time to hook up to it, it didn't want to grab it. And I think part of the reason, two reasons, was one is you can release these, or so basically it's designed so the weight of your attachment depresses that deal and pulls that spring up, and then it just locks in place, right? Well, the front end of this, the hookup end, there's no weight. There's weight on the blade here, but there's virtually hardly no weight on this end. You can pick it up easily. So I think what was happening, it was riding on this and then just coming right off the back side of the Pat's quick hitch. So, I'm a newbie at these, so with that being said, I know that to hook up to it, I'm going to have to, lock that open and then just hook up to it and then get out. And you got to hook your top link up anyway, so you're going to get out. But so you'd have to get out and just lock that pin in place like so. But the other problem that I really truly think was a problem, or giving me problems attaching to it, was with that broom handle in there. You tighten these up, and I'm kind of looking at them. I'm trying to match them, make sure they're coming out straight with your with your lower 3-point arms. And I thought they truly were, but my suggestion and what worked for me, and I've probably on number 5 or 6 of times of loosening these, and I still haven't finally adjusted this one. But I think maybe a better way is do their suggestion with the broom handle at first, but I wouldn't really go too curious or too crazy about tightening your jam nuts. Maybe just run them in there snug by hand or something like that. Hook up to your first attachment and then take a look at them, because mine were truly like kind of angled in like that, if you can kind of tell how my hand is, both sides. And then so what I found is just hook it on up and then go ahead and loosen these things back up, and then kind of you get a better visual, I guess is what I'm trying to say, with a broom handle or some piece of pipe in there. You don't really get a good visual, especially here. You got a nice square flat surface of your blade, rear blade, framework. So it paints a bigger picture for you, or a better picture for you. And so anyways, I wanted to tweak this one just a little bit more, but I did hook up and unhook and hook up and unhook 2, 3, 4 times, and it seemed like it was working like it's supposed to. The first time I tried to hook up, I was thinking, boy, maybe I shouldn't have spent the money on these. But with everything, you got to get it fine-tuned right to perform properly. So anyways, if you like today's video, if you give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Helps my channel grow and get my videos seen more. And if you haven't yet subscribed and you're interested in some of the stuff that I've put out there, maybe today's your first video you ever watched. I hope not, because I don't think it's the best one I've ever done. But done a lot of different projects with my tractor, doing firewood, hauling logs and stuff, skidding trees out of the forest. And I do a lot of snowblowing videos, because that's the main reason we bought it. But and I do other stuff too, like hunting and fishing videos and whatnot. So love to have you as a subscriber. So if you'd consider that, please go ahead and subscribe for me. I would love it to have you. So anyways, thanks for coming along on today's video, and I hope you have a great night.